A very good evening. Welcome to Prime TV News on Friday, the 26th of April, with me, Iftia Abdul Kader. A look at your headlines first. President says the Defense Secretary and the IGP have neglected their responsibilities. Prime Minister emphasizes that the responsibility of the attack will be collectively accepted. 46 swords surface from Slave Island. Highest financial grant in history from the United States to Sri Lanka. And on news overseas, huge crowds greet India's Modi in his sacred city seat. In your top story this evening, President Maithripala Sirisena has said that the Defense Secretary and the Inspector General of Police had neglected their responsibilities with respect to the recent terror attacks. The President made this reference during a discussion held with media heads. The President also told at the meeting that Inspector General of Police Pujit Jayasundara will resign within today. The President told the media heads that information with respect to the attack had been received by the intelligence chiefs from a foreign country, and this information had been intimated to the Defense Secretary. The Defense Secretary had given the related information to the Inspector General of Police, and he had provided this information to 5 police chiefs. The President emphasized that he had not been informed about this information, although 12 days had passed from April 4th to the 16th. He pointed out that even though the Defense Secretary and the IGP met him to wish him for the new year, nothing about this information was mentioned to him. The President further said that when the Security Council met after the attack, the Defense Secretary and the IGP did not face him, clearly indicating that they had not fulfilled their responsibilities. The President made a request from everyone not to look at the entire Muslim community as terrorists. There are close links with the spread of world terrorism and the narcotics racket. As such, the President pointed out that he was suspicious this attack had been speeded up due to the operations made in Sri Lanka against the drugs racket. Meanwhile, the President pointed out that defense sectors had been given instruction to inspect every house in the island in the future. He further said that the related powers had been given to the defense sectors under the emergency. President Maithripala Sirisena has said that he will accept the responsibility of building a peaceful environment in the country, eliminating terrorism. The President made this reference when he met multi-religious leaders. The multi-religious committee meeting was held at the President's office. The President called on the religious leaders to dedicate themselves to consolidate peace and unity among the people. President Maithripala Sirisena said that following this incident, the world powers have joined hands to wipe out the IS organization from Sri Lanka. Specialists from leading countries have arrived in the island and they are collaborating with our security forces. The President said that for whatever reason, foreign battalions or defense forces would be brought into country. He said that he had full trust in the local forces. As such, these activities will be carried forward with full strength and victory achieved. He said that we should be determined to rout these terrorists and bring normality to the country. As a government, he said that he would assume this responsibility. Religious leaders also expressed their views on this occasion. Archbishop of Colombo, His Eminence, Malcolm Cardinal Ranjit said that government institutions should be aware of who is coming into the island, what they are doing, what is their intention, and in this respect, the intelligence should be strengthened. This is not linked to the Islamic faith. This had been done by an invisible hand of international forces. These should be detected. As such, the Cardinal said that the Sri Lankan intelligence should be strengthened. He said that they respect all those who profess the Islamic faith. They should be protected. They are part of our country. He said that even the youth who sacrificed their lives would have been unaware of what they were doing. The Archbishop added that all of them were well educated and in most occasions they are not behind these incidents. Sometimes it may be that Muslims are not behind it. The Venerable Kottapola Amarakitty Thera said that the President should understand that this power was being used officially in Parliament and taking the country towards a dangerous situation. It is the President who is the head of state. These facts clearly indicate that the background is not pleasant as we think. The Cardinal spoke with compassion. He highly valued it. Anunayaka of the Malwatta chapter, the Venerable Dimbul Kumure Vimaladhamma Thera said that schools teaching separately in Sinhala, Tamil and Arabic languages should be abolished. Teaching should be done together. There are rifts when they are separated. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe has said that they will collectively accept the responsibility on the Easter Sunday attacks. Addressing the nation today, Premier Wickremesinghe emphasized that even though he had not received important information from the intelligence, he is not ready to get rid of this responsibility. The government placed its full strength with respect to the security of the people of this country throughout this week. Through this move, the Prime Minister pointed out that the process of nabbing the perpetrators involved in these terrorist acts be strengthened. In his special address, Premier Wickremesinghe said that they would again embark on the task of rebuilding the economy within next week. Former President Chandrika Bandaranayake Kumaratunga has said that necessary action will be initiated to set up peace committees in every divisional secretariat divisions and consolidate peace. She made this reference expressing views to the media after meeting Archbishop of Colombo, His Eminence Malcolm Cardinal Ranjit. The meeting between the former president and the Archbishop took place at the Archbishop's house. Chandrika Kumaratunga said that what happened was really pathetic. The reconciliation that was in place for 4 years with the help of her office has gone far behind. Peace committees should be set up, and these should include religious leaders, police chiefs and heads of civil committees in collaboration with government officials and be fully launched in every divisional secretariat division. Employees of the National Savings Bank have taken the initiative of cancelling the Vesak Bhaktigi program and contribute the funds allocated for it to the Cardinal. Representatives of the Buddhist and Christian associations as well as Muslim trade unions joined in the occasion. On to a headline-making story. An individual has been arrested along with 46 swords in the Slave Island area in Colombo. The arrest was made during a search operation that was carried out by the police today. It is reported that the seizure was made near the Defence College in Slave Island. In addition to the swords, 20 garments of clothing similar to military uniforms were also recovered from the site. Search operations continue with a view to consolidating security in the country. The defense sectors launched a search operation with a view to consolidating security in the Galle city. The police said that this special program was operative with a view to strengthening the security of tourists in the Galle city. Several operations were launched in the Polonnaruwa district too. Accordingly, action was taken to educate the people of the main town and many villages. Senior Superintendent of Police in charge of the Polonnaruwa district, AP Dhammika Veerasekara, pointed out that search operations mooted by the police and the army were in place. All vehicles arriving and leaving the north were subject to inspection. Accordingly, special roadblocks were established at 5 locations at Parattaperiyakulam, Navagama, Tekkavatta, Thandikulam and Omante in Vavuniya along the A9 highway. Sudden inspection operation was carried out in the Kalmune town in Batticaloa following information received that there was a bomb in a private bank. Even though the bank employees were taken out and a search operation carried out for about 1 hour, no explosives were found at the location. The armed forces, in collaboration with the police, are further conducting the search operation. A discarded parcel near the Lavinia Garden on the Old Quarry Road in Mount Lavinia was examined. Some clothes of Muslim women were recovered from the parcel. In the meantime, 2 suspects were taken into custody in the Aukana area in Anuradhapura this morning. They were arrested along with 2 firearms manufactured in China and Japan and 42 ammunitions. The search operation was carried out following a tip-off received by the Galnava police. The suspects were due to be produced in the Kakirava Magistrates Court. The United States has granted a sum of $480 million for the implementation of 3 main projects within 5 years. It is the largest assistance granted by the US to Sri Lanka. The grant has been provided by the Millennium Challengers Corporation. The National Resources and Economic Affairs Ministry said that this decision was arrived at in Washington yesterday in response to a request made by Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. 3 projects are planned to be implemented with this grant. Minister of Postal Services and Muslim Religious Affairs H.M. Abdul Halim requested the Muslim community to refrain from participating in the Jummah mosque prayers today, taking into consideration the situation prevailing within the country. The minister has made this request in a special news announcement. Meanwhile, multi-religious observances were held in the Norton Bridge town, remembering those killed in the terrorist attack and wishing quick recovery to those who suffered injuries. It was held last night, lighting 1,500 lamps. It was organized by the youth of Norton Bridge. Lamps were lit in the town, viharas, the Vimala Surendra Reservoir prisons, as well as in the police premises. Pinkamas were organized at several places of religious worship in the Puttalam district to invoke merits on those killed in the terrorist attacks and wishing quick relief to those who are receiving treatment. Pinkamas were organized at the Mahindarama Vihara at Marandavella and the Halpanvila Ayyanayaka Devala. Special prayers were offered at the Agarapatana Pasumalai Jummah Mosque, remembering the dead. Prayers were also offered wishing quick relief to the injured. Prayers were held under the auspices of Maulavi Sulaiman Umar. You're watching Prime TV News, and still on the local scene, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has announced that the number of deaths of foreigners during the terrorist attacks on Easter Sunday was 40. Among them are 11 Indians, 6 Britons and 3 nationals from Denmark. The other dead foreigners are from countries such as China, Saudi Arabia, Spain, Turkey, the United States, Australia, Bangladesh, Japan, the Netherlands, Portugal and Switzerland. 14 bodies of foreigners killed in the attack have not yet been identified. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs said that 5 foreigners injured in the attack are still receiving treatment in hospitals. The ministry said that the foreigners concerned are being constantly monitored and a hotline is operative to give information to the families of foreigners. It is 0094 1123 23015. I repeat, 0094 1123 23015. Dubai's iconic Burj Khalifa lit up in the colors of the Sri Lankan flag yesterday in a display of solidarity with the Indian Ocean island country that was targeted by suicide bombers on Easter Sunday. At least 250 people were killed in a series of coordinated blasts at churches and hotels in the Sri Lankan capital, Colombo. Islamic State has claimed responsibility for the attacks, which involved 9 suicide bombers, according to Sri Lanka's government. Sri Lankan officials revised the death toll down by about 100 yesterday, blaming the difficulty in identifying body parts at bomb scenes for the earlier inaccurate number. The new official figure is 253, down from an earlier 359. The world's tallest building at over 828 meters, the Burj Khalifa sits in the downtown area of the United Arab Emirates' largest city. The Constitutional Council has decided to appoint Attorney General Jayantha Jayasuriya as the new Chief Justice and Additional Auditor General Chulantha Vikramaratne as the new Auditor General. Noteworthy is the unanimous decision taken by the Constitutional Council to appoint Jayantha Jayasuriya as the Chief Justice. The Constitutional Council met this morning in Parliament under the chairmanship of the Speaker Karu Jayasuriya. Unanimous approval was received for the name of Additional Auditor General Chulantha Vikramaratne. Accordingly, the President was informed to make the related appointment. Islamic devotees throughout the island joined in commemorating those who were killed in the recent bomb attacks. Special religious programs were held in mosques and the government extended maximum security in this respect. Prayers were offered at the Jummah Mosque in the midst of the Vavuniya town, commemorating the dead and wishing immediate recovery for those injured in the attacks. Normal Friday prayers were held as usual at the Galle Fort Almiran Mosque. Southern Province Governor Kirti Tennakon, who arrived at the mosque, exchanged pleasantries with the devotees. He pointed out that all measures have been taken for the security of the Muslim community. Islamic devotees engaged in their usual prayers today in areas such as Horopatana and Kahatagasdigilia in the Anuradhapura district. Our correspondents reported that Buddhist monks of the area arrived at a main mosque in the Kahatagasdigilia area and exchanged pleasantries with the devotees. Prime Business is up next. For more information, visit www.itnews.lk. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.